How did Resident Evil 4 become a GameCube exclusive? Imagine a game so exciting that it sparks a fierce rivalry between two of the biggest gaming companies of the early 2000s. Resident Evil 4's story is a perfect example of how strategic decisions shaped the gaming world during the Nintendo GameCube era. It all started with a plan from Capcom, the Japanese game developer behind the Resident Evil series. Capcom wanted to create a new version of Resident Evil that would really show off what their games could do. They made a deal with Nintendo called the Capcom 5. This deal meant that 5 big Capcom titles, including Resident Evil 4, would be exclusive to Nintendo's GameCube console for a certain amount of time. The goal was to attract more mature gamers to the GameCube, which was mostly known for family-friendly games. Nintendo wanted to prove it could handle more intense, realistic titles. Resident Evil 4 was initially being made for the PlayStation 2, which was the most popular console at the time. But Capcom decided to switch gears and develop it for the GameCube instead. This was because the GameCube hardware was better suited for the game's new graphics and gameplay mechanics. The developers, led by Shinji Mikami, wanted to move away from the fixed camera angles of earlier Resident Evil games. They introduced a new over-the-shoulder view that made the game more immersive and exciting. The GameCube's hardware allowed 4 full 3-dimensional environments without relying on pre-rendered backgrounds. This made the game look sharper and run smoother. Capcom promised that Resident Evil 4 would stay exclusive to the GameCube. Shinji Mikami even said he would cut off his head if it appeared on other platforms. But less than a year after the GameCube releases, the game was also ported to the PlayStation 2. The port included extra content but was technically less impressive because of the PlayStation 2's hardware limits. This move upset many fans who bought the GameCube hoping for exclusive titles. The decision to make Resident Evil 4 a GameCube exclusive was part of a bigger strategy in the early 2000s to compete with Sony's PlayStation 2. Nintendo wanted to show it could attract top-tier, mature games to its console. The deal with Capcom helped the GameCube stand out in the console wars, even if only for a short time. It also marked a turning point in Capcom's approach to platform exclusives. Overall, the story of Resident Evil 4's exclusivity shows how much the early 2000s gaming scene was driven by big decisions, rivalries, and the desire to stand out. It's a reminder of how a single game can influence the entire console battle and leave a lasting impression on fans.